Have you ever looked at a graph and wondered, is this data symmetric? Is it skewed? Is it bell-shaped? Recognizing the shape of a distribution can tell you a lot about the data before you even calculate a single statistic. Why distribution shape matters? First, central tendency. It shows where most data values occur and whether mean and median are likely to be similar. Then outliers. It will reveal whether there are unusually large or small values in the dataset. And finally, it tells you about the spread. It will indicate how spread out the data is across the range of values. The first distribution shape that we'll look at today is the uniform distribution. A distribution is uniform when all intervals have roughly the same frequency. There's no obvious peak. All intervals occur with approximately equal frequency. A key feature is that all bars are approximately the same height on a histogram. For example, if you have 200 customers that arrive at a store, equally distributed across age groups. There's around 40 customers between the ages of 20 to 29, around 40 between the ages of 30 to 39, around 40 between the ages of 40 to 49, and same for ages 50 to 59 and 60 to 69. The histogram will look like this. The histogram looks roughly flat because we have approximately the same number of customers in each of the age groups. The second shape we'll look at today is the bell-shaped distribution, or what we call the normal distribution. In this case, the data clusters around the center, and then frequencies decrease moving away from the center. The left and right sides are approximately mirror images. Some of the key features of the bell-shaped distribution is that it is symmetric, there's only one peak, and the mean is approximately equal to the median. If you have a standard normal distribution, the mean will exactly equal the median. Some real-world example would include adult heights, because most people are near the average, and we have very short and very tall people that are less common. Now let's talk about a right-skewed distribution, or what we call a positively skewed distribution. Most values in this case are small, but a very few large values will stretch the distribution to the right. The long tail points right. So in this case, the mean will be greater than the median. For instance, if you have annual incomes in thousands and we have incomes such as 35, 40, 42, 45, 48, 50, 55, 60, and then you have a large value of 250. The value of 250 will create a long right tail. And the histogram will look something like this, where the tail at the right is extended, or the long tail points right. And now we have the left-skewed distribution, or a negative skewed distribution. In this case, most values are large, but a very few small values will stretch the distribution to the left. So in this case, the long tail points left. And in this case, the mean will be less than the median. For instance, if you have scores 20, 85, 88, 90, 92, 94, 96, 98, and 100, the low score of 20 will create a left tail. So here are your four shapes at a glance. The uniform distribution is roughly flat. All intervals occur with approximately the same frequency. There's no tail, and the mean and the median will be similar in this case. The bell-shaped distribution is symmetric with a center peak, and the mean is approximately equal to the median, if not equal. Then we have the right-skewed distribution. It has a long tail to the right, and the mean is greater than the median. And then for the left-skewed distribution, we have a long tail to the left, so the mean will be less than the median. Skewness points toward the tail. So the left tail is left-skewed, right tail is right-skewed. Many students look at where most data are, but don't. Always look at the tail. This one trick answers most skewness questions instantly. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to keep learning with us. And don't forget, math success starts when you stay on the fast track.